Before I start with this short presentation that I made today, this afternoon, before I came here, I'd like to ask, is there anyone here who follows any spiritual practice in their day-to-day? Or follows a religion, or does any meditation or anything like that?
Meditation.
Okay, good. Meditation. Any other practice? Prayer? No? No one prays?
Manifestation.
Manifestation, good. On this side? No? Alright, okay. Good. So, my project that started a month ago, it's called Rawdah. Rawdah is an Arabic word. I'll explain the meaning in the next slide. I'm Muslim, and it's an Islamic prayer and reflection application. Rawdah, it's pronounced like this. It means garden in English. In Portuguese, it means jardim. I speak Portuguese. Garden also can have other meanings, like meadow or orchard. In Portuguese, you say prado or pomar. And essentially, the reason I came up with this name, it has a spiritual meaning as well in Islam, but the concept is that the garden is something that you nurture and you cultivate over time with small habits, with a seed that you plant. Eventually it grows into a plant or a tree. Eventually, later on, you can collect the rewards, the spiritual rewards, or you can represent them here as fruits. You can get fruit. So I'm not going to show you any advanced UI, but this concept is something that I have in mind, which is that you cultivate your garden over time. If you keep using the application, you'll have a nice virtual garden in your phone with nice flowers or plants or even fruits as well. Okay, so why did I do this? There's plenty of apps in the world already that do this, but they cater to these markets. American, British, the South Asia countries, or the Arab countries as well. And the Portuguese, no one is paying attention to that market. And there's around 8.5 million Portuguese-speaking Muslims in these Portuguese-speaking or official Portuguese-speaking countries, which they have a denomination, it's CPLP, it's the official denomination. It's like the Commonwealth for English-speaking countries, but it is for Portuguese. So we can see, for example, in Portugal, we have around 65,000 Muslim people. In Brazil, we have 1.5 million. In Mozambique, there's almost 6 million people that speak Portuguese and are Muslim. And the other African countries, these are mostly ex-colonies where Portuguese people were in the past. And they left this tradition or this history that is the official language, along with other things, with gastronomy and some cultural aspects as well. But the main one that I want to focus on is language, and it's the main reason why I want to work on this application. I'm essentially following what Nick said. It's the main user, the first user is myself. There's nothing like this. I've seen one or two applications that are using machine translation, so the quality is not so great. They are made by foreigners, they don't speak the language, and I think they are relying on automatic translation. Because I speak Portuguese, I can try to do a better translation. I also have people in the community that can help with making sure that we are not writing anything that goes against the religion, or that we keep the content authentic and truthful. Can you jump to the next one? So when we talk about prayer and reflection in Islam, there's essentially two things that we are talking about. We are talking about dua and we are talking about dhikr. Dua here on the left side, you might have seen on a movie or on a TV show, or even if you visited a mosque, or even in other religions as well. If you are raising your hands, you are asking for something. You are essentially reciting the prayer, you are hoping for something. This is a supplication, so we'll have like a library of supplications inside the application. And then on the other side, you have something you can see there, the man with the beads. So this is more like repetition. You have a word that you repeat on a daily basis or at certain times in the day. This is about remembrance, and this is about awareness. Repeating the same word is about being present in the moment. And there's also other concepts of gratitude on both sides, contentment also, and reflection. So these are common concepts, and these are more like dedicated concepts on each side. The reason I decided to add this is because if I came here to talk about prayer and reflection in Islam, I realized no one would know what I was talking about, and that's why I added this slide just to give a little bit more context. Yeah, you can please change to the next slide. So this is how I see the project, or this is how I see the content, and on the other side, how the user will interact with it. So here, this is not a social network, so people will not add content of their own. This is top down. We will create the library. It will also, I have this idea of also having like a blog with articles with more detailed information. It's suited to all ages, and again, it's not a social network. This is not also, I'm not looking for investment, this is not a pitch, because the application will be absolutely free. The content also is written and it's detailed in books that are easily available, so the information is not like a secret or anything, it's free public domain information, so obviously for that reason the application will be free as well. What I'm trying to achieve, or what I'm trying to provide here in relation to what exists already in the market, besides the multi-language aspect that I mentioned in the beginning, is perhaps a more easy to use interface. From the tests that I did with other applications, some of them are a little bit outdated, so I think that nowadays we can provide a better experience. And then simple features like bookmarking, you can bookmark your favorite prayers, playlists, and then also with that idea that I talked in the beginning about the flower that grows into a tree and then gives fruit, subtle gamification. I mean, I say subtle because gamification nowadays is a bit about getting the user addicted, and this is not something that works well with this kind of application. So it will be very low key. I also thought of because this is a cohort, the name of where we are, the cohort is Build School. So I thought that I would talk a little bit about my progress as well. So very briefly, this 1 month I've been using Cloud Code and the framework and the tools that Sean taught us about, and I decided that I should start with the MVP. Should be my admin panel. So instead of a user-facing application, it's the internal tool for me to be able to manage the content. I understand that sometimes this doesn't make sense because we want to put the product in the hands of the user, but I thought I would do it the other way. I would start from the basics, start from inside, build what I think is the tool that I need, with translation, with all these forms that I need to put the information in there. And then right now I finished the MVP like yesterday. Yay! That was our objective in this month. And so right now I've started working, I've got the mockups and I've started working on the public interface, what the user will see. So what I have to show you here today is very quickly, it will be the internal MVP. And I also want to mention that it took me 1 month, but it's not like I was working on this every day because I have work and I have other things to tackle. But it took me 1 month. But what I feel that is that now that I have a good handling of the tools and the way it works, now the next epic it will be faster. and I think the next one will be much faster again, because now I know how to be more efficient with it. Yeah, you can move. So we can go now to the website and sign in.
What's the website?
I've sent you on Slack, but I can also go there and type for you if you need.
DM or yeah?
Yes, DM, yes. You have to put /admin there in front. Yeah.
Everyone's going to see this, by the way.
No worries. I'll change it later.
Okay.
So this is already deployed on Cloudflare pages. It's online already. And as you can see, it's an admin panel. It has all the information that is here is already dynamic. It's on a database. It's no longer mock data, which I had before. This is already counting how many teams I have and sub-teams and emotions as well, and the prayers themselves. So the dua and zikr that I talked about, I have 7 at the moment just for testing. Themes are main categories, and sub-teams are more specific categories, more granular. This is essentially where I add the prayers. And in parallel with the sub-teams, I also have emotions. So if you are confident, or if you are sad, or if you are depressed, or if you are feeling something, we have a set of emotions that we can then tie in with certain prayers, a certain dua and zikr that you can recitate, or you can recite, to overcome that situation or to keep on that situation as well, if it's a good thing. And then at the end we have the prayers. So Sean, maybe you can maybe go here, sub-teams. There's a menu here on the side. This is a list of sub-teams. You can see that some of them already have linked prayers. You can, Sean, you can edit this one. So they have a theme attached to it. Then they have all of them have a default translation, which I define as English. So the application will have English as default always. And then I can add Portuguese. So, and I have in mind also, because Portuguese has a difference between Portuguese Portugal and Portuguese in Brazil. So if you click here, Sean, please. I already have in the language drop down. I already have there a few languages that I was thinking I have. Brazilian Portuguese and Spanish also, and maybe French in the future. And then I can add a translation. You can click over there. So now you select the language, and you would type something here. You can cancel it, it's fine. And this is a sub-theme, right? So this is something that you do in the morning. So this is the set of prayers or reflections, or something that you recite in the morning. So if you go to the bottom of the page.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, sorry. And then here, this is how I link existing prayers to this sub-theme. So there's a search box there, and then you can drag and drop them, because in the application, they will come up in a certain order. So there's a way of reordering them here by dragging and drop with the drag handle. You can delete them, you can see if they published or not. Yeah. Sean, can you go back? So, emotions, it's very similar, but emotions, they have a color assigned to them. So each emotion has a color. And I will use this color in the user interface to display it with a certain tone or certain tonality. But they're very similar, so you can pick any of them. For example, anxious. They don't have anything at the moment. You can go in the bottom. There's a color field over there. And if you type here in the search box,
we got to cut it off there. Just
yes.
in the interest of
Okay.
time.
Fine.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the slides? I wanna just finish with the next one. Yes, this is my last slide. I would just want to share some lessons because this was Build School, so I think we all came here to learn something. There's a documentation aspect to working with these kind of tools. That if you hate documentation, you're going to hate this because you always have to type and you have to keep your documentation tidy and organized because otherwise the plot code, which is what we were using, it gets lost. So this has a, I think, heavy documentation aspect, which for me is fine. There's also something that I learned, which is you have to guide the process. You can also leave it to plot codes, but it will invent a lot of things. So if you have this basic skill of mocking up, you can do it very low definition and provide those mockups even with the copy that you want, because otherwise plot code will fill in with what it thinks it's what you need, and that sometimes doesn't work very well. So you can save time by providing your mockups, and you can also save tokens, which are a rarity. And then at the end, also something that I learned in the beginning, I was doing my work, my daily work, and then reserving time or a day or an afternoon to work on this. But I realized that doesn't work very well. So this is a recommendation for anyone who wants to start this cohort, maybe the next one, that you have to break down into smaller tasks and then build every day, because Cloud Code gives us, nowadays I think it's a 5-hour session, and then it limits you, you can't do more. So you have to take these 5-hour sessions every day if you want to progress, because if you try to do it in only one day, it won't work. So yeah, that's it. The next slide is just to say thanks to Sean, and thanks to the other cohort members as well, and to you as well for being here today. Thank you.
Maybe just like 1 minute observations and.
I don't have many. So first, congratulations, because it's hard to do crude and learning how to, like, not having a technical background and actually manage to build a backend.
Yes.
So congrats on that. I think my main feedback is I would reorganize the slides. For instance, I will put the slides about the Portuguese and the American slides after when you explain the prey and the things. And I think that a lot of knowledge relies on you, because Muslim and you know a lot of things. But as I am not, it's hard for me to follow what's the product about and fully understand it. I think that if the audience was fully Muslim, we go like, well, this is the product.
Yes.
But because a lot of things you think that you don't need to explain, sometimes it's hard to convey the message on what's the product about. I think this is my only.
I'll work on that for next time. Thank you.
Anyone
All
else?
right.
Good job.
Thank you.